So today I want to talk a little bit about physical confrontation. I know that sounds a little bit general, and the main reason probably why we signed up for self-defense classes is to be able to deal with physical confrontation. But that's a little bit different in a martial arts setting and in a self-defense based setting. So let's talk a little bit about that. So in a martial arts setting, generally we will step into what we call a fighting stance, right? And I've showed it in other videos, but I'll talk about it now here too. A left, right, a left lead, right rear, you get into a fighting stance here. And that is how they kind of start the basis of dealing with physical confrontation. Well, when we're talking self-defense, I feel like that physical confrontation starts way before that. And we need to start working on tools to be able to deal with that. I'll share a little bit about my background. I worked in not only law enforcement, but also juvenile hall settings, mental health hospitals. And in each of those settings, I was generally the lead on what we call the crisis intervention team. And what that is if an inmate is starting to become aggressive, that could be with another inmate, that could be with an officer. It could also mean that they're being oppositional and defiant, that they're not responding to any kind of request or commands, or not following directions at all. And they start to become not only verbally, but physically violent. So now they're trying to hurt someone, or they're trying to hurt themselves. So I was trained to be an intervention leader and a specialist. And so my job was first to be able to verbally de-escalate as best as I could. Okay? Verbally de-escalate as best as I could. So what that would mean is being able to talk them down to where no physical restraints were needed at all. And I've really tried to take that and translate that into my self-defense training, teaching people, even if someone is extremely aggressive, if I've got that space and that timing, saying the right things, okay, and trying that approach first can be really helpful. But that's not something that's really talked about a lot in martial arts schools, and it's extremely essential. Because if I'm just relying on getting my hands up and getting in a fighting stance, a lot of things could happen. A, I could get hurt really fast. B, I am showing that I could be the physical aggressor from somebody, an innocent bystander that's watching what's happening. If that's my first response, now I look like the aggressive one. Okay? So learning appropriate and effective de-escalation verbal skills are extremely important. So you're going to get that with us. And a lot of years of law enforcement experience I'm going to translate through your training to help you. Okay? Now the next step when we're talking about physical altercation, the way that I become confident with that is training from what I call vulnerable positions, right? We're very rarely in a self-defense stance when we're in an altercation. Unless I see it happening from way ahead of time, and we have the opportunity to like square off, which what we're creating is almost like a schoolyard fight setting. And that doesn't happen often as an adult. It happens when I'm putting groceries in the back of my car, or I'm walking with my girlfriend out of a movie or a restaurant, and someone approaches me and tries to assault me or wants my wallet. It happens when I'm in the seat of a car. Maybe I'm going to get carjacked, or it happens when I'm coming out of my house and I'm not paying attention maybe, or maybe the assault happens in my house. There's all of these different scenarios that can happen with physical confrontation that we never even scratched the surface of in a martial arts school. So I think that's really important when we're talking about reality-based training and just martial arts, okay? We are going to give you a really good basis on mixed martial arts, okay? You're going to learn the standing, kicking, you're going to learn strikes, you're going to learn grappling, you're going to learn takedown defense, You're going to learn how to utilize all of those, but you're also going to learn how to do those things from the most vulnerable positions and to start feeling comfortable and confident that you can do so in your most vulnerable spots, okay? So the one thing that we don't prepare for in the traditional martial arts class is the unorthodox opponent. And that is generally what you're going to see on the street, okay? Not the straight punch to your chest or someone else in a fighting stance, but maybe a ballistic amount of blows that come right at your head very fast and violently, or somebody that just lunges out at you, or somebody that comes really aggressive and has their finger in your face really fast, or somebody that gets really explosive really fast and just starts cursing at you. How many times have you been in a Taekwondo class and had somebody start cursing at you violently and rushing at you? That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. But the reality is, it happens out in the street a lot, okay? And that is the part that we want to give you. We want to give you the reality of that and how to be able to expect the unexpected, but be ready for that, okay? To have confidence that you can deal with really aggressive verbal assaults, but also be able to handle physical assaults when needed with confidence, with effective training, and to feel efficient in doing so.